I once wasted an entire year just waiting for the right time. And at the end of that year, all I had was a diary full of plans. Full of ideas. And not a single result. I was busy. I was motivated too. But the truth was, I was playing it safe. I wasn't making plans, I was protecting myself from action. From the fear of failing. From the fear of looking wrong. From the fear of losing control. And if I had kept going like that, maybe the next year would have slipped away the same way. That's when it hit me, the less you think, the more you can do. This isn't advice, this is a warning for the people who think too much and do too little. So what exactly is it that builds an invisible wall between your thinking and your doing? So now the question is, how do you break this wall? Peter Hollins's book, Think Less Do More, has the answer. And today we're going to understand exactly that. First, the real reason that stops you from taking action, without you even realizing it. Then, the mental trap that intelligent people fall into, while still believing they're being productive. After that, the small shift that can make your decisions 10 times faster. Then we'll look at how some people get more results with less energy. And why most people just stay busy. Then, the hidden habit that is slowly eating away at your thinking capacity. And finally, the technique that can pull you out of the overthinking loop. And the mindset that separates doers from thinkers. And there's a bonus too. If you miss it, the whole thing will feel incomplete. Let's get started. This is Book Echo English, where the world's best books come to you in your language. Everything that successful people took years to learn, we give it to you in one video. Subscribe now, this channel is for you. And now let's move toward that first thing that stops you from taking action, without you even knowing it. So the first thing. The real reason that stops you from taking action. Without you even realizing it. It's called inertia. There's a rule in physics. An object at rest stays at rest. Until a force moves it. And the same thing is happening with you. When you don't start something. The problem isn't that you're lazy. The problem is that your brain is at rest. And rest feels safe to it. Think about this. How many times did you plan to go to the gym? Set an alarm. And still didn't go. Not the next day either. Not the day after that either. But the day a friend dragged you along. The workout happened. And you felt good coming back too. What changed? Not willpower. Not motivation. Just, someone else took the first step. That's inertia. And that's where people get stuck. Because starting feels like the heaviest part. We think motivation will come first. Then action will follow. But the truth is the opposite. Action comes first. Motivation comes after. Meaning, you don't have to wait until you feel perfect. You just have to start. And if you keep putting off that first step every time, a whole year can pass just like that. Without a single result. Inertia is natural. But if you don't break it, it slowly makes you average. But wait. Breaking inertia is one thing. But there are some people who do start and still can't move forward. They keep thinking, keep planning, and keep believing they're being productive. This trap is called analysis paralysis. And it hits the most intelligent people the hardest. So the second thing. The mental trap that intelligent people fall into. And keep believing they're being productive. It's called analysis paralysis. You've definitely felt this. Before applying for a new job. You overthought it so much that the deadline passed. You had a business idea. And while researching it, 6 months slipped away. Simple decisions. Which phone to buy? Which course to take? You compared so much that you got exhausted. And didn't pick anything. That wasn't laziness. That was overthinking. And the biggest trick overthinking plays on you is this. It feels productive. You tell yourself, I'm doing research. I'm getting prepared. But the truth is, you're just postponing that uncomfortable moment, when you'd actually have to take action. Hollins says, having more options doesn't lead to better decisions. It just makes deciding harder. In one experiment, one stall had 6 kinds of jams. Another had 24. More people stopped at the one with 24. But most people bought from the one with 6. Why? Because when options increase, the brain gets overwhelmed. And an overwhelmed brain's default decision is no decision at all. That's exactly what's happening with you. And if you keep waiting for perfect clarity in every decision, life will keep moving forward without you. That's why Hollins gives a simple rule. Small decisions, 2 minutes. Big decisions, 2 days. No more than that. Because in most cases, the first 10 minutes of information is enough. Everything after that is just delay. There's no such thing as a perfect decision. What exists is a decision that you make better by taking action. But now the question is, how do you increase decision speed? What is that small shift that can make your decision making 10 times faster? That third shift that can make your decisions 10 times faster. It's called good enough. From childhood we're taught, find the best option. Don't make mistakes. Be perfect. And that same perfectionism, which feels like our strength, often becomes our biggest weakness. Hollins says, perfectionism and procrastination are 2 sides of the same coin. When you wait for perfect, you actually do nothing. There was an engineer working on a project, improving every draft. Every time, just a little better. 6 months later, his junior had already launched the good enough version. It was in the market. Had collected feedback. Had improved on it. And had moved ahead. The perfect version, still sitting on a laptop. That's the difference. Doers start. Perfectionists keep thinking. And the world rewards the people who show up. Not the people who quietly try to be perfect. Clarity comes after action, not before. So from now on, ask yourself one question with every decision. Is this good enough to start with? If the answer is yes, then start. Improve later. Because the reality is, you won't win by being perfect. You'll win by being fast. And if you keep waiting for perfect, someone else, even while being imperfect, will move ahead of you. Alright. So now we know that we have to stop waiting for perfect. But there's one more problem. Some people do start, but put in so much effort that they burn out quickly. So the question is, how do you get more results with less energy? What is the method that successful people quietly use, and everyone else ignores? Some people get more results with less energy. And some people stay busy for 10 hours. And still get average output. What's the difference? Ultradian rhythms. You may have noticed. There are certain times when work literally flows. Ideas are clear. Decisions are fast. Focus is sharp. And other times, you keep staring at the screen. Nothing makes sense. You think, I'm just not in the mood today. But the truth is, it's not mood. It's biology. Your brain goes through a natural cycle every 90 to 120 minutes. peak focus. Then a drop. Then a need for rest. Then the next peak. The problem is, we ignore this cycle. We try to work continuously for 8 to 10 hours. Push with coffee. Force through it. And then mentally crash by evening. High performers do it differently. 90 minutes of deep focus. Then 20 minutes of real rest. No phone. No scrolling. No input. Just walk. Stretch. Silence. Then the next 90 minutes. People who follow this pattern produce in 4 hours what others can't get done in 10. Because they're working with their brain, not against it. And if you keep ignoring this rhythm, it won't just be your productivity that drops. Your mental sharpness will start to decline too. Burnout doesn't arrive suddenly. It builds from small, ignored cycles. Learn to manage your energy. And your output will automatically increase. But there's still one problem left. Some people work at the right time too. And still their brain doesn't stay sharp. Focus keeps declining slowly. The reason? A daily habit. That seems completely harmless to you. But it's quietly eating away at your thinking capacity. That hidden habit. That is slowly eating away at your thinking capacity. It's called constant switching. Checking your phone every 2 minutes. Notifications in the middle of work. One tab to another tab. WhatsApp. Instagram. Email. Back to work. You tell yourself, just 1 second. But research shows, every time you break your focus, it can take the brain almost 23 minutes to return to that same depth. 23 minutes. Think about it. If you got distracted just 4 times in a day, more than an hour and a half went to just getting back into focus, with zero output. And it's not just time. Every switch costs the brain extra energy. This is called cognitive switching cost. Keep changing gears all day. And by evening the brain doesn't feel tired. It feels worn out. Decisions weak. Creativity flat. And the feeling creeps in. Nothing meaningful happened today. The truth is, you were working. You just never went deep. Multitasking isn't actually multitasking. It's rapid task switching. Which makes you feel busy, but actually fragments your attention. And if this goes on for years, your capacity for deep focus slowly starts to shrink. The solution isn't glamorous, but it's brutal. One task at a time. Phone out of reach. Notifications off. One window. One task. Until the block is done. No switching. It'll feel uncomfortable at first. Because your brain is addicted to micro hits of dopamine. But when you reduce the switching, that's when you get your depth back. The distraction trap is clear now. But there's still one problem left. Some people put their phone away. And still the mind won't settle. The body is sitting still. But the mind is racing. So what is the technique that can actually break this mental loop? That technique that can actually pull you out of the overthinking loop. It's called the just start rule. Whenever your mind gets stuck in overthinking, don't make a big plan. Don't look for the perfect moment. Just start for the next 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Need to write a report? Write the first sentence. Need to go to the gym? Put on your shoes. Need to make a call? Dial the number. Show the brain the entire mountain. And it freezes. Show the brain just the next step. And it starts moving. There was a girl who every night made a long to-do list. She'd wake up in the morning, look at the list, and spiral into anxiety. How is all of this going to get done? Result? Nothing. She was given just one rule. Don't look at the full list in the morning. Just pick one task. Give it 2 minutes. First day, 1 email. Second day, 2 tasks. Within a week, momentum started building on its own. Because the start had changed. Your brain rewards completion. Complete one small step. And from within comes the push to take the next one. Meaning, starting feels hard. But once you've started, stopping becomes even harder. You don't have to complete the whole journey. You just have to take the first step. And the truth is, most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they never start. So today, for some big task, just write the first sentence. Just take the first step. Give it 2 minutes. Momentum will handle the rest. But now the final question. Some people know all of this. They have the tools. They know the rules. And still, no consistent action. And some people, without any perfect plan, just keep doing. What's the difference? What is that mindset that separates doers from thinkers? Once and for all. That mindset that separates doers from thinkers. Once and for all. Think about it. 2 people. Same idea. Same resources. Same time. One keeps thinking. The other gets started. 6 months later. One has a polished plan. The other has results. The difference? Mindset. The thinker says, when everything is ready, then. When confidence comes, then. When the right time comes, then. The doer says, start with what you have. That one decision changes the direction for both of them. Hollins says, the difference isn't intelligence. It's not willpower either. The difference is responsibility. The thinker waits. For the mood. For the moment. For a sign. The doer accepts. No perfect moment is coming. So he takes imperfect action. The doer makes mistakes. Again and again. But every mistake gives him real feedback. The thinker is so afraid of making mistakes that he never even reaches the stage where mistakes are possible. And that is his biggest mistake of all. The right time is not a future event. It's a decision that is either made right now or never. Being a doer is not a personality type. It's a daily choice. In every moment. When your mind says, tomorrow. And you answer, now. And the truth is, life doesn't reward thinkers. Life rewards movers. Everything learned so far was all tools. But one thing remains. A principle that ties all of it together. If you understand that, all the other concepts become automatic. Now that principle that ties all of this together. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in the world. Once his personal pilot asked him, "Sir, I want to be successful too. But where should I focus?" Buffett said, "Write down the 25 most important goals of your life." The pilot wrote them down. Then he said, "Now circle your top 5. He circled them. Buffett asked, "Now what's the plan?" The pilot said, "I'll focus on these 5. And I'll keep working on the other 20 occasionally too." Buffett replied, "No. Those other 20. are your avoid list. Until these 5 are done, don't even touch them. That is the 25-5 rule. And it's uncomfortable. Because those other 20 goals aren't bad. They're good too. They're exciting. They're tempting. And that is exactly what makes them dangerous. It's not bad things that derail your life. It's good things that pull your focus away from the important things. Think about it. There's one main goal. But alongside it, a new course, a side project, a new skill, networking, reading, planning. Everything looks productive. But the main goal slows down. Focus means saying yes to the right thing. And to everything else. Not right now. This isn't discipline. It's direction. And this is the missing link that lets all the other tools actually work. Inertia will only break when direction is clear. Analysis paralysis will only stop when decisions are tied to priority. Good enough is only powerful when you know what to be good enough at. Ultradian rhythm is only useful when you're putting energy into the right work. The just start rule will only work when you're not starting on your avoid list. Without direction, productivity is just movement, not progress. And the truth is hard. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they stay busy on their avoid list. Now the question is, what are your top 5? And are you truly ready to let go of the other 20? The biggest takeaway today wasn't to do more work. The point was, put the right energy into the right work. We don't stop because we're not capable. We stop because the brain chooses comfort. Because too many options block the decision. Because while waiting for perfect, the moment passes. And the real twist. Bad things don't derail us. Good things do. The ones that aren't important. When direction is clear. Only then do all the tools work. Otherwise productivity is just movement. Not progress. The choice now is simple. Do you want to stay busy? Or do you want to move forward? Direction is clear. You're taking action too. You're doing everything right. And still, when things don't go the way you want, then what? Because the truth is, hard work doesn't always give immediate results. And that's exactly the point where most people give up on consistency. In the next video we'll talk about Haemin Sunim's book, When Things Don't Go Your Way, where you find the answer to how when control isn't in your hands, your mindset still can be. If you missed that video, everything you learned today will feel incomplete. Subscribe. Turn the bell on. And if this can help even one person, make sure you share it. This is Book Echo English, where it's not books that are read, but life. 2 videos are on your screen right now. Most people will swipe away. By next week, the ones who watched will be thinking sharper, moving faster, and getting results. Every second you wait is a second someone else is using. Pick one. Press play.